coming in. LG has ordered an NIA probe against Arvind Kejriwal. Trouble mounting for Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, who continues to be lodged in jail, where Lieutenant Governor has now ordered an NIA probe against Arvind Kejriwal. Remember, the Aam Aadmi Party that has been alleging political conspiracy all the while, as many of their prominent leaders who are in jail in connection with the Liquorgate case. But this is the latest that is just coming in, as LG has ordered NIA probe against Arvind Kejriwal. AAP has alleged that massive funds were received by Khalistani groups, and that same money was used for election purposes. LG has highlighted the links of the Aam Aadmi Party with Khalistani groups, and in this connection, a probe has been ordered where the National Investigations Agency will find out details about how the Aam Aadmi Party is possibly connected to these Khalistani groups. Remember, there have been several questions regarding the K-link between the Aam Aadmi Party and how they have possibly used those funds for election purposes. That has been alleged. All the while, meanwhile, this is the latest that just comes in, where LG has recommended an NIA probe against Arvind Kejriwal in connection to the links with K groups. I want to cut across to Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor, who's joining us on the broadcast to give us more details of what has led to this development. Over to you, Abhishek.
All right, this is a big breaking development coming in amidst ongoing election campaign, which is that the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, VK Saxena, Vinay Kumar Saxena, has ordered a probe by the National Investigation Agency into links that the Aam Aadmi Party might have had with the banned, proscribed Khalistani separatist terrorist group Sikhs for Justice. Remember, SFJ is the same organization which is headed by Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, who's a wanted terrorist insofar as India is concerned. He's declared a terrorist under UAPA by India. And it seems, according to this letter which the Raj Niwas has released, in which the LG has sought an NIA probe on AAP links with SFJ, essentially the charge is that there are reports that Aam Aadmi Party, through various channels, took election funding or political funding to the tune of $16 million from Sikhs for Justice, and this was to further the separatist Khalistani agenda of SFJ, including, for example, the release of Khalistani separatist Devendra Pal Bhullar, and hence espousing pro-Khalistani sentiments in the country. Remember, there is an Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab, and off and on we have heard reports and allegations of Aam Aadmi Party being soft on Khalistani separatist sentiment just to be in power in the state. And now the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, in this letter writing to the NIA, seeks a probe about these connections. Now, this is obviously, remember, NIA is India's ace anti-terror agency, and if a probe happens by the NIA, which means we are essentially looking at terror connections of the Aam Aadmi Party, and that's why it gets big, Suesha.
Oh yes, absolutely, Abhishek. And let's also understand that there have been a lot of questions as far as the Aam Aadmi Party's link to K groups is concerned, where it has been alleged that those funds received have been used for election purposes. This also comes in the wake of Arvind Kejriwal already facing the investigation in the Liquorgate case, and he is lodged in jail, not just him but prominent leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, and this is yet more trouble mounting for Arvind Kejriwal as far as funds used for election purposes is concerned. Do take us through what the complainant has said and how this led to the LG recommending a probe in this matter.
The details which I'm now sharing, Suesha, one is that the LG, while referring the complaint to the MHA, says that the AAP government, there is a letter adduced in the complaint which is written by Arvind Kejriwal back in 2014, and this is written to one Iqbal Singh. Iqbal Singh is someone who was protesting at the Jantar Mantar for the release of Devinder Pal Bhullar, and Arvind Kejriwal wrote to Iqbal Singh saying that the AAP government has already recommended to the president the release of Bhullar and would be working on other issues, including formation of an SIT sympathetically, and in time-bound manner, the SIT would go into the complaints of these Khalistani separatists. Now, this is preposterous to say the least, but then this goes back to 2014. And it also says that it has been alleged in the complaint, which the LG has forwarded to the MHA recommending the NIA probe, that Kejriwal held closed-door meetings in the United States. The place mentioned is a Gurdwara at the Richmond Hills, New York, and during his visit in 2014. And the conversations there were essentially such that they showed Kejriwal as being soft on this Khalistani sentiment. And that's why there is a reason, that is the reason why the LG says or believes that the MHA should ask the NIA to probe this complaint which has come to them. Now, subsequent to that meeting in Richmond Gurdwara in New York, Arvind Kejriwal, in a series of posts on social media, and not Arvind Kejriwal but an AAP worker, Munish Kumar Raizada, he shared pictures of Kejriwal and said that the meeting with the Khalistani leaders at the Gurdwara took place. So in a way, there is confirmation about the meeting from a third person, third party. It cannot be denied. Also, the charge of political funding is something which the NIA has to probe. Possibly the Enforcement Directorate can get in, because obviously this constitutes a PMLA/FERA violation. And but that would obviously be subsequent. Remember, the ED is already investigating the Liquorgate scam of the Delhi government, in which Arvind Kejriwal happens to be in judicial custody. And now this really opens another one, a big one, because this clearly shows that there is a likelihood and there is an allegation of a serious allegation of Arvind Kejriwal having indulged with Khalistani separatists in Delhi and in New York, in the United States, having met them, and possibly those engagements and that softening of sentiment might have played some role in Aam Aadmi Party government policies on the Khalistani separatist sentiment, both in Delhi and Punjab.
Absolutely, Abhishek, and we wait and watch how this story develops. For the moment, I want to thank you for getting us these immediate details. I'll keep coming back to you for further updates on this. For the moment, we shift our focus. And yes, those explosive statements by a Congress insider, Radhika Khera, who spoke exclusively to Arnab Goswami, and she went on to say why she exited the Congress. She said that she was not just targeted for posting pictures on Ayodhya and supporting the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, but there is a chauvinistic mentality that exists within the Congress party, which she had to battle time and again. And while the Congress talks about women empowerment in its manifesto, it is only restricted to the manifesto, not even Priyanka Gandhi, who went on to support her. Let's listen in to excerpts of some of those explosive statements.
The day's biggest newsmaker, Radhika Khera, spoke to Republic's editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami moments after she exposed the Congress. From allegations of harassment to being labelled a BJP agent for visiting the Ram Mandir to calling the Congress High Command spineless, Radhika Khera has been unsparing.
The way during the Murthy Sthapna, the entire thing that was being done, that event, even that time I was told that I was in touch with the Bharatiya Janata Party. So anyone who believes in Lord Ram, anyone who believes in any Hindu god for that matter, for the Congress party, is an agent of the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is very sad, because when you stand by the constitution, when you call yourselves Rakshaks of the Samvidhan, and you blame the Bharatiya Janata Party or any other party for that matter that कि ये संविधान को ख़त्म करने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आप स्वयं जो संविधान कहता है कि आप सेक्युलर हैं या आप कोई भी अपना धर्म किसी भी धर्म को फॉलो कर सकते हैं, आप उसी का उल्लंघन कर रहे हैं और अपनी ही पार्टी में लोगों को रोक रहे हैं कि वो राम का नाम ना लें.
She also revealed the shocking misbehavior by party members. She alleged that she was locked up and harassed.
एक षड्यंत्र रचा गया. It was a pre-planned thing that since they could not find fault with my work, they had to come up with a plan to make me leave the party. I was insulted, I was abused, and I was misbehaved with, manhandled in the Congress office. Inside the Congress office of Chhattisgarh Pradesh Congress Karyalay, and 3 men locked up the room from inside for almost a minute and a half. And I kept screaming and shouting. I had to run from there.
Republic also confronted Sushil Shukla, the Chhattisgarh media chief who was named by Radhika Khera.
सुशील जी, राधिका खेरा जी ने आज जो प्रेस वार्ता की है दिल्ली में, उसमें आपके प्रति बहुत ही गंभीर और संगीन आरोप लगाए हैं। तो आप मेरे को बताइए कि आप इन आरोपों से सहमत हैं या मतलब आप इसका विरोध करते हैं?
नहीं, गलत है, झूठे आरोप।
अच्छा, एक चीज मेरे को बताइए शुक्ला साहब कि आपके अलावा और कौन से ऐसे लोग थे, क्योंकि मैं फिर अगर हो सके तो उनसे ही बात करूंगा। और अगर आप सही है,
पीसीसी के प्रवक्ता थे।
अच्छा, नाम?
सुरेंद्र वर्मा, नितिन भंसाली, परवेज अहमद, दीपक पांडे।
और इन लोगों में से किसी से शराब नहीं पी थी आपके ख्याल से?
नहीं।
Congress leader Netta D'Souza said that Khera never approached her on the matter.
I really don't know when did this happen. Radhika has never approached me or met me or discussed any such thing with me during that time. I hope, as a younger sister, I'll ask her not to play in anyone's hands, okay, because she's never approached me. And I say this on record, I say this with a conscience that she has never approached me and never brought any such sexual harassment to my notice. The one that she talked about, the Bharat Jodo Yatra, this has never happened. In fact, I was shocked when I heard about it, and I thought to myself that she should have talked it about to me if ever there was anything, any reality in that. And it's really surprising. It's been months after that she'll still be working with the party, and yet but then, truth prevails. Satyamev Jayate.
Speaking on Khera's allegations, Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Vishnu Diosai lashed out at the Grand Old Party, calling out their hypocrisy. He also accused them of being anti-Hindu and anti-Ram. While the Lok Sabha elections remain underway, Khera's exit is seen to be a massive jolt to the opposition. BJP MP from Rajnandgaon, Santosh Pandey, stated that Bhupesh Baghel needs to answer.
इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस की राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता राधिका खेड़ा कहती है कि मुझे प्रदेश कांग्रेस कमेटी छत्तीसगढ़ के कार्यालय में बंद कर दिया गया और सुशील आनंद शुक्ला के साथ अन्य 2 प्रदेश प्रवक्ताओं ने अभद्रता के साथ व्यवहार किया, जो भूपेश बघेल के खास और ताकतवर माने जाते हैं। आज छत्तीसगढ़ कांग्रेस कमेटी इसका उत्तर दे, भूपेश बघेल इसका जवाब दे। इनके नेता कहते हैं लड़की हूं, लड़ सकती हूं। आज एक लड़की न्याय मांग रही है। आज उनके साथ जो घटना हुआ है, क्या उसका जवाब भूपेश बघेल देंगे?
It's becoming clearer that the Congress's idea of justice for women exists only in their manifesto, but not on the ground.
And you would remember how Congress leader had made that statement where he said that Hemant Karkare was actually killed by a cop linked to RSS and not terrorist Kasab. Now, while this statement had landed in a huge controversy, Rahul Gandhi, who is the latest to have landed himself in trouble. How? Because he went on to raise questions over appointment of vice chancellors, where he said that those who support the BJP and have the RSS ideology are the vice chancellors who are given the big position. Now remember, vice chancellors across the country who hit out at Rahul, 181 VCs who wrote an open letter to Rahul Gandhi saying that these VCs are only chosen on merit. Here's the full story.
After Rahul Gandhi questioned the selection process of university heads, saying that vice chancellors are appointed on the basis of affiliation with some organization and not on the basis of merit and qualification, academics and scholars have come out to slam him for his false claims. As many as 181 vice chancellors have written an open letter to Rahul. The letter reads that the selection process is done in a transparent manner. Republic also spoke to some academics from across the country.
मेरा यही आग्रह है कि वो अपने बातों पर पुनर्विचार करें और उस स्टेटमेंट को वापस लें। यही चीज़ें जो है सभी 180 वाइस चांसलर्स ने इस आशय का एक पत्र जो है इलेक्शन कमीशन को भी दिया है और राहुल गांधी जी को भी।
तो उनके इसी बयान को लेकर के और कुलपतियों के बीच में एक आक्रोश पनपा और उन्हें लगा कि इस प्रकार से विश्वविद्यालयों को, चाहे वो किसी भी दल का नेता क्यों न हो, उनको राजनीति के अंदर घसीटना ये एक बेहद चिंतनीय है। ये ऑटोनोमस बॉडी है, इनको अपना काम करने दिया जाए।
श्री राहुल गांधी का यह वक्तव्य कि देश के कुलपतियों का शिक्षा से कोई लेना देना नहीं, उन्होंने तो यहाँ तक कह दिया कि देश के कुलपतियों की सूची उठाकर देख लीजिए, एक भी कुलपति का शिक्षा से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है। तो ऐसे में इस प्रकार राहुल गांधी का यह वक्तव्य निरा हास्यास्पद एवं यह उनकी अल्पज्ञता को दर्शाता है।
As political bickering stoops to a new low, will India's Janta bless the Congress party on June 4th?
And we move on to more violence that was reported in West Bengal, this time in Hooghly, where there was a bomb blast, to be precise, a crude bomb blast, where unfortunately a minor who lost his life and 2 others who were critically injured. They were rushed to a hospital immediately, and the RF has now been deployed on the ground to take the situation under control. Here's what happened.
Injured kids, adults being rushed in on stretchers. These were the scenes in West Bengal's Hooghly district. Tragedy struck Tinna Netaji colony in the Pandua area of Hooghly district after 2 children were critically injured in a blast incident. The mysterious blast took place where the children were playing. The explosion also left many injured and reeling. Adults, youth and kids. The victims belonged to all age groups.
প্রচণ্ড বিভৎস আওয়াজ হলো। এবার আমরা বাইরে বেরিয়ে দেখি খাদের পাড়ে বোম বাস্ট। আশা করি মনে হয় এটাই হয়েছে। আর 3 জন বাচ্চা ওইখানে খেলা করছিল, ওদের মাধ্যমে কিছু হয়েছে, ওদের হাত লেগেই। আর এত বিভৎস জোরে আওয়াজ হয়েছে, গিয়ে আমরা ঘর থেকে বেরিয়ে দেখছি ওরা 2 জন উঠে এসছে। 2 জন খুবই খারাপ অবস্থায়, একজনের তো পুরো হাঁটুর নিচ থেকে একদম পুরো ফ্র্যাকচার হয়ে গেছে, বাস্ট হয়ে গেছে। আর একজনের হাত নেই, পুরো বডির নিচের অংশটা পুরো ফ্র্যাকচার হয়ে গেছে। আর একজন ওইখানেই একদম স্পট ডেড যাকে বলে।
Meanwhile, rapid action force teams have been deployed in the area. The security personnel are scanning the area to ensure there's no untoward incident. The latest blast in Bengal comes close on the incident of Bengal police neutralizing 22 crude bombs in Kuch Bihar's Shitalkuchi area. And last month, the CBI recovered a cache of arms and foreign-made weapons during searches in Sandesh Khali. Today, the cops are investigating and have assured to get to the bottom of the blast in Hooghly.
And well, it was unfortunate that one IAF personnel who was martyred in the Poonch attack, where our forces have vowed to avenge what had happened in Poonch. In fact, a search operation that continues on day 3 to find who was responsible. 6 suspects who have been detained. Meanwhile, unfortunate that politics is happening on it, where Punjab leader Channi has gone on to call it a stunt. BJP hit out at him for insulting our forces yet again. Take a look at this report.
It's day 3 of the Poonch search operations. The hunt for terrorists remains underway. 2 days after terrorists perpetrated a cowardly attack on an Indian Air Force convoy in which an IAF Jawan was martyred, forces are looking high and low for the enemies of the state. Watch these visuals from checkpoint nakas to vehicle surveillance to aerial monitoring. The traps are in place. And today, a 2-way simultaneous exercise was carried out to track the Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists. On the one hand, choppers undertook aerial monitoring drills, while parallelly, a dog squad cleared the area with the Indian Army.
Days after the attack on the Indian Air Force convoy in the Shastar area of the Surankot subdivision of the Poonch district, now the Indian Army has intensified the anti-terror operations, and also the guard along the national highway has also been intensified. Right now we are reporting from the Jammu-Srinagar Poonch national highway that connects the Jammu to the Poonch and then to the Shopian towards the Srinagar, that is to Kashmir Valley. And here the Indian Army has deployed the special quick reactions teams and the road operating parties. This is to ensure that any such untoward incident is thought well within the time, because what the terrorists have been doing in the recent past.
So far, 6 people have been detained for allegedly supplying weapons to the attackers. While operations continue in full force, politics over the Poonch attack is brewing. A day after Punjab Congress leader Charanjit Singh Channi labelled the operations as a stunt, Republic confronted Channi for downplaying the situation and insulting the forces. He remained defiant.
किसने पकड़ा बातों में है सब कुछ. आज भी हुआ. गवर्नर जो पहले से चेतावनी दे रहा था, इनका बीजेपी ने जो लगाया था गवर्नर
सत्यपाल मलिक,
हाँ कि अब भी हो सकता है, तो इंटेलिजेंस कहाँ थी, अब दोबारा अटैक क्यों हो गया?
नहीं फिर उस
सवाल है ये.
नहीं फिर उस एक चीज बताओ चन्नी साहब, उस प्रकार से फिर आप पे भी वो आलोचना होगी कि आपके पास क्या सबूत है कि आप बोलते हैं कि ये इलेक्शन के समय क्यों होता है, ये स्टंट क्यों होता है, ऐसा मतलब अगर आप पे भी आरोप लगाया जाए फिर इस पे आप क्या बोलोगे? आपको भी पता है कि आतंकवादी एक समस्या है, आपको भी पता है कि आतंकवादी एक समस्या है और हम लड़ रहे हैं, हम डट के लड़ रहे हैं. आपको ऐसे बयान देने से बचना नहीं चाहिए?
क्यों बचना चाहिए? हमारे आप बंदे मरते रहे और हम बचते रहे.
Speaking exclusively to Republic, BJP's Piyush Goyal has hit back strongly.
They are so desperate that they are even willing to belittle the huge and supreme sacrifice of our security forces, of our Jawans. I deplore it. I condemn the Congress statement. They should apologize to every soldier. They should apologize to every defense person. They should apologize to 140 crore Indians for their shameless conduct.
While Jawans fight to defend our borders from terror threats, the opposition continues to diminish and demean their valiant efforts.
And moving on to Jharkhand, where a mountain of cash was recovered. These were raids that were conducted by the ED. And remember, this cash that is still being counted, amounting from anywhere between 20 crore to 30 crore rupees, was recovered from the Secretary of Jharkhand Rural Development Minister Alamgir Alam. Now, a lot of questions coming in as the political attacks also continue. Prime Minister Modi hit out at what happened in Jharkhand, questioning this corruption ahead of the third phase of polling. Here's that full report. Watch how Prime Minister Narendra Modi attacked the Indy bloc over the massive cash seizure ahead of phase 3. He attacked not once but twice during his poll campaigns today.
आज यहाँ पड़ोस में झारखंड में नोटों के पहाड़ मिल रहे हैं, नोटों के पहाड़. लोगों का चोरी किया माल पकड़ रहा है मोदी वहां. अब मुझे बताइए, मैं चोरी बंद कर दूं, इनकी कमाई बंद कर दूं, इनकी लूट बंद कर दूं, तो मोदी को गाली देंगे कि नहीं देंगे? झारखंड में ईडी ने नोटों के पहाड़ खोदकर निकाले हैं. कांग्रेस के मंत्री के निजी सचिव के नौकर के पास से ये नोटों का पहाड़ निकला है. सोचिए, कांग्रेस वालों ने अपने नौकर के घर को काली कमाई का गोदाम बना रखा था.
This fiery attack comes as the ED launched a series of raids across multiple locations in Jharkhand's capital Ranchi, leading to the discovery of at least 25 crores of unaccounted cash. The recent raids conducted under the PMLA have targeted approximately half a dozen locations linked to Virendra Ram, the former chief engineer at the Jharkhand Rural Development Department, and his inner circle.
Virendra Ram was arrested by the ED in February 2023 in connection with a money laundering case. Watch this sequence. Mountains of currency notes scattered across a room purportedly belonging to the domestic aide of Sanjeev Lal, the personal secretary to Jharkhand Rural Development Minister Alamgir Alam. BJP has hit back.
अब कांग्रेस के झारखंड के मंत्री आलमगीर आलम के घर से उनका एक सेक्रेटरी और उसके आगे स्टाफ के घर से करोड़ों रुपया मिला है, करोड़ों रुपया। और इतना पैसा मिला है, कमरों में बिछा हुआ करोड़ों रुपया, मशीनें मंगानी पड़ रही हैं गिनने के लिए। ये हाल है कांग्रेस का।
As ED heat on Congress aides continues to intensify, can the party command deny the facts of this case?
With that, it's a wrap on Across the Republic. Remember, the hashtag is Republic Rising. Do write in your comments to what you think of how the news is reeling today and what you want us to do in the days to come. Live and Breaking continues on the other side. Do stay tuned.